students, this is Sabreen and today we are supposed to discuss further about the topic financial system. Every financial system consists of two sectors. One is formal financial sector and other is informal financial sector. Both these sectors help in channelizing funds from the surplus sector towards the deficit sector as we already discussed. But as far as formal financial sector is concerned, it is an organized sector. Every action is takes place in an organized, or every transaction takes place in an organized way, in an organized manner, and it is institutional. It is not a one-man show. Whatever occurs, whatever transaction takes place, it takes place through a proper institutional manner, and it is a regulated system. Like there are proper rules, laws, regulations in order to make a transaction a success. Okay, and as far as informal financial sector is concerned, it is unorganized. Like there is no proper organization. Like there is no proper mechanism. It is non-institutional. It does not have a proper institutional mechanism in place for any transaction. Got it? And then it is not regulated. There are no set laws, rules, regulations for any transaction to take place, and in itself it is somehow one man show. For example, the money lender who lends some money to the person who requires money, he can set his own rules, laws to for that very transaction. Got it? And the financial system, wherein both, i.e., the formal financial sector and informal financial sector exists, it is called financial dualism. Financial dualism means the coexistence or cooperation between the two sectors, that is formal financial sector and informal financial sector. And informal financial sector consists of money lenders who lend money for getting interest. Okay, and normally in informal sector the rate of interest is very high, isn't it? And there are local bankers who lend money locally without any mortgage and all. Okay, and there are traders. Some traders are there who lend. Okay, and some landlords, jagirdar, zamindars, okay, who lend to the public. And normally informal financial sector emerge when the formal financial sector is not in a place to cover all the population. For example, even now, even you can easily relate to it. There are people, they are illiterate, or they are like poor people who are not in a position to mortgage anything to get loan. So where from they could get loan if they are in great need of the money? So what they do is they go straight to the zamindars or the landlords or money lenders who charge very high interest rate to them, but they are bound. They are very much like वो बहुत मजबूर है उनसे लोन लेने के लिए. क्यों? Because they do not have any other option around. So this they really get like manipulated by the practices done by those money lenders and all. Okay. In developed countries, there is a vast sphere of the formal financial structure, but as far as developing or underdeveloped country like India or some other underdeveloped countries are concerned, they usually have like informal sector which is there. Okay, now we'll talk about the components of formal financial sector. Formal financial sector consists of financial institutions. Now, what are financial institutions? They are the institutions or the intermediaries which help or which facilitate the transfer of the funds, and it consists of banking and non-banking institutions, okay, which help in the transfer of the money in an organized or in an institutional way. Then we have financial markets. Financial market is a place wherein transaction trade takes place. For example, a person is in need of money, the other person has excess of money. The place where the both the parties meet and transact at a price, like where both get convinced about the interest rates and all, that place is called the financial markets. Now, financial instruments. Now, you all know that, for example, I'll lend money. For example, I am in excess of money and now I want to invest it, or I want to lend my money. But for the time I am lending my money, I need to secure myself that at the end of the period, when I require my money back, I'll be getting it. And the proof uh, of that very money is the financial instrument. It is actually my claim on that very money which I have lent, and the interest rate which I am getting, because all the details will be mentioned on the financial instrument. And then we have financial services. Now, financial services are the other services that are provided by the financial system in order to facilitate the financial transaction. Got it? So these were the basic components of the formal financial system. Now, we'll discuss further about the significance of financial system. Why do we need a financial system? Now, we have already discussed the financial system, how does it work, and what is the requirement, and all the things, and what is how does it work and all. So now we should be able to discuss, we should be able to know, we should be able to determine the significance of the financial system. So first of all, the first and foremost importance of the financial system is that it facilitates savings. How does it facilitate savings? For example, if there is a person A and he has excess money and he needs to invest, but he does not have proper mechanism where he could get it invested, then this will ultimately demotivate Mr. A to save further. Okay, but when we have a proper financial system in place, then it can facilitate in the mobilizing of savings. It promotes savings, because savers now have an option to get their savings invested and get interest and get good interest or good profit over that saving. Got it? And then and the other advantage or the other importance of the financial system is that it provides fund to the business sector. Since a financial system promotes savings, so those savings get automatically channelized towards what? Towards the business sector, which are always having the idea to have a better utilization of the funds. So all they require what? Money, and this money is provided to them by having an efficient financial system in place. What ultimately it leads to? It leads to capital formation. Since business requires money, it is provided to them, and business ultimately clubs this amount and to generate their capital, and this ultimately helps in the capital formation. Last but not least, it leads to economic growth. Okay, if we have multiple production facilities, if we have good business ideas, if they have adequate capital in them, if they are properly managed, then obviously it could lead to the better economic growth. So this was about the financial system and its types, the components, and ultimately the significance of the financial system. Hope you understood the topic. If you have any queries, please mention in the comment below. Thank you.